Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur. I spent 7 years as a side hustler before diving into entrepreneurship full time. Before making the leap, I was bringing in 6 figures through my side hustle. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the 271st episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, My California Meltdown. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you about how I had a complete meltdown with my friends a couple of weeks ago when I was in California on a really fun trip. So, my hope is that I can kind of show the other side of entrepreneurship because I think sometimes we think entrepreneurship is all sunshine and roses, and it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, I won't trade it for anything. But I want to normalize that if you are ever at a point where you're like, what am I doing with my life? What is happening? I suck at everything, and having a complete meltdown, you're fine. This is normal. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I think as I do it, it's normal. But let me tell you my story. So, around 2 weeks ago, I had the most incredible opportunity to go to Southern California, La Jolla, California specifically. It's just right above San Diego, near UC San Diego, if you're familiar at all with Southern California. And I went there with a few of my business mastermind friends. Now, these are some women that I've known for years. Some of them I've known for 5 years, and we have gone through life together. We have gone through business. We know all each other's stuff, and we are just such a core group. We were in the Smart Success Healthcare Inner Circle together. So my friend Kelly, my friend Mary, and my friend Gwen and I were all together. Now, we were there for a very special reason. Our friend Kelly had wanted to buy a California home. This was a dream of hers. And it was so cool for us to walk through seeing the dream, seeing her make it a reality. And now she actually lives in California. So we always said when Kelly gets her California house, we're going to go see her. So that's why we were down there. And we were just down there for a quick weekend trip, but it was so lovely to be able to reflect on how far we've come, how much we've all grown, how much life has changed in all of the good ways, and then also reflecting on all the hard stuff we've been through that we've overcome. We had lots of fun because we are great friends. We laughed. We did all the fun things together. We, well, one fun story. So Kelly Alhui, she is with PelviBiz. She's a pelvic floor physical therapist. She's amazing. You should be following her on social media. If you are not, even though we're dietitians, she provides so much value related to business. And she is, how do I describe Kelly? She's very bold. She likes to do fun things. So she tells us all that we are going to swim with sea lions. And I'm like, Kelly, I don't know about that. Sea lions are dangerous. You can't swim with sea lions. You're supposed to stay away from sea lions. And so I'm like, okay, this is crazy, but also I'll do it because why not? So anyways, we went down to a place called La Jolla Cove, and there's stairs on both sides. You go down and there's this little cove with a small beach. There is a lifeguard there. And on both sides of the cove are caves, and there are sea lions and seals. Seals are cool. Now, the sea lions are barky and, row, row, row. And the seals are just cute little ocean puppies. So tons of people were there swimming, and I was like, okay, well, okay, let's do this. And really the whole thing is like, you don't touch them, they don't touch you. So we ended up swimming with, I would say more we swam with the seals. Sea lions were there, but of course, like you got to keep your distance. But we had our goggles on and it was beautiful, you guys. It was like the green grass flowing with the waves. There were all these beautiful fish, colorful fish. And then the periodic like seal that would come by. It was like, oh my gosh. So it was incredible. So we went swimming with seals and sea lions. We got massages. We ate good food. We hung out. We walked on beaches. I think one day we walked, I don't know, like 20,000 steps. I mean, we just had the best time. And it was so funny because after our first day, we're like, well, that was fun. Let's do it again. So we swam with seals again. We got massages again. We had good food again. And we just had the best time. But let me kind of fast forward to my meltdown. And it's so funny because when I was on this trip, I'm telling them like, I've never been happier. Life's never been better. And it just kind of cracks me up how I had like a complete and total meltdown with my friends. So this is our last night. we were together again, 3 nights that we were together. And it was our last night, and we were at a restaurant eating. We were sitting outside, we had already paid, and we were talking about our goals for business. And for some reason, I had a block. And I couldn't really think of what my big audacious goals were. Now, I share with you guys all the time. I'm doing the Geriatric Dietitian 2X. I'm publishing a book. I am doing stuff in business. I am crushing it in what I do. But in that moment, I just couldn't think of anything big and audacious. And the reality is, over the last couple of years, I've been through a lot of personal things that have really taken me out and have really shifted the goals that I set. If you've listened to this podcast, you probably heard when I was talking about how like my goal is to be a millionaire. That still is a goal, but that goal is a little bit further away than maybe I thought it was a couple of years ago. And I think over time, my priority shifted to where what I want more than anything, more than money, is I want peace and I want time with people that matters. And that's what I have. And I'm so, so grateful. But I feel like because of all the life stuff I've been dealing with, the things that have taken me out, I will say, I realized I had this little like hesitancy in sharing what a big audacious goal was, which feels crazy because again, y'all know me on this podcast. I'm always talking about big audacious goals. So I'm in this moment of like, why am I struggling? So everyone shared their goals with the next time we come together, because we had so much fun, we are absolutely going back to California. What do we want to achieve? And I couldn't verbalize it. And towards the end of dinner, I finally was trying to answer it. And my wonderful friend Kelly decided to start coaching me. And she was coaching with love, but also a little bit of tough love. And I ended up like totally melting down, you guys. I am weeping. This restaurant closed at 9. It was past 9 o'clock at night. So I am weeping. Luckily we were outside. So we eventually have to get up and leave, and we're walking, we're on the side of the road. I'm bawling, you guys. I am just melting down and my brain is going crazy spots. I'll just kind of tell you some of the places my brain was going. And I laugh about it now because it was so irrational. And I look back at it now, like all of the things my brain was telling me was a lie. None of those things were true, but in the moment, holy cow, I was just melting down. I was like, I suck at being an entrepreneur. I am not good at anything. I don't have enough time in the day to do everything that I need to do. I'm like, times are so tough. Everything's expensive. I don't have enough money. It's so hard being a single mom. I feel like I suck as a parent, and literally was melting down about everything. Completely everything. And again, I'm laughing about it now, but it was kind of surprising to me because again, I went into this weekend and I'm telling them like, life's never been better. Life is awesome. And I had like the biggest meltdown I probably had in a year. But here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having a meltdown. There's nothing wrong with feeling like you're not enough. There's nothing wrong with having moments that you're questioning every single thing in life, especially if you're around the right, safe people. And I really believe that sometimes we need to kind of like have a meltdown or a breakdown in order to build back up again. I always think of the analogy of like building muscle, right? When we're lifting weights, we're tearing our muscle so that way it can grow back stronger. And so I think that night standing on the side of the road in La Jolla, California, bawling my eyes out with 3 of my favorite business friends was one of those moments where I was breaking down so that I could build up. Now, I think the thing is like, now my brain, of course, was being very dramatic and none of that stuff was true. But it's also this truth that sometimes our brain's a liar. We have that voice in our head that wants to creep in, that doubt that wants to creep in, and we could try to be so confident. But every once in a while, those voices creep in, and it is healthy to get it out. It's healthy to get out all that junk that maybe is bouncing around in your head. But the crazy thing, I didn't even know it was bouncing in my head. I'm like, where did this come from? But the cool thing is that now I'm not going to say I went home and everything was awesome. Well, back to our hotel. I went back to our hotel. Honestly, I felt like crap. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Everything is awful. I woke up the next morning. I still felt awful. We took an Uber to the airport and I started jotting down things in my phone. Actually, 2 of my friends were having a conversation they were talking shop about their what they do in business, and it wasn't really relevant to me. So I was just on my phone. I was starting to dream. I was starting to scheme. On the flight back, more dreaming, more scheming. And by the time I got home, I was like, okay, my confidence is back. That little breakdown was what I needed to make a plan to move forward. And I'll just tell you kind of high level some of the things that I'm going to be changing. One of the things, this is for business and personal, but asking for help more. I really struggle with that. I feel like I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to, I don't want to inconvenience people, but I really need to reach out and ask for more help. When they say it takes a village, it does. So I need to be more comfortable and confident in asking for help with people who I know would love to help me. I'm also going to be doing a really big rebrand that I've been putting off. I've been putting it off for a long time. I think I was melting down about that too. But it just helped me to solidify the work I'm doing is good work. The plans I have are good plans. How can I tweak things and give myself more balance in my day, more supports I need with my kids, with my home, with all the things that I have going on as a single mom and full-time entrepreneur? But then also, how can I leverage technology even better and resources that I could pay for that can make more of me? And I use a lot of tools, but there's even more tools that I could be using. So, oh, I wrote down some notes here because I want to make sure I don't miss anything in what I was sharing with you guys. But I think my whole point in wanting to share this message with you guys is that I want to normalize meltdowns. I want to normalize, everything I just shared with you, that business and side hustles and entrepreneurship, it really isn't all sunshine and roses. There's moments it's awesome, but there's also moments that you're like, man, this is tough. And that's completely normal. And one thing I will say, it's okay to feel like a failure. I definitely felt like a failure that night weeping on the side of the road. I felt very, very loved, but I also felt like I suck at everything. It's okay to feel like a failure, but what's not okay is to give up. And it's not like I took that moment and I gave up. I'm like, you know what, this all sucks. I'm just going to rein it in and give up on everything. What you do is you pivot and you keep going, right? You pivot and you keep going. Make sure that you surround yourself with people or have people in your corner who know you, know your story, know your stuff, and are safe people that you could share with, and people who are going to build you up and support you and help you in all things. And that's what these women are to me. And I think that's probably why I melted down, if I'm honest, is because I think probably my brain and my body knew that I'm with safe women who know all of my stuff about business. They know all of it, like the good, the bad, like all, and not just business, but the things I've been going through in my personal life. And so I think my body was just like, okay, safe people, let's go there. So my encouragement for you guys is that if you at any point have a meltdown, or if you at any point start questioning yourself, I want you to know that it's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with you. And I wanted to share this too because I think it could be easy to look at people who maybe are, at a different level than us. Maybe they've been in business longer. Maybe we perceive them as maybe they're more successful. And my hope is that you all just see me as Katie, that I'm just like you, because I really am. But I also know some of you might be listening to this podcast and think, Katie's got it all together. I do, and I'm a human. And all of you are humans. And so it really doesn't matter what level of business you are, whether you're, my level, my coach's level, his coach's level, the ones who write the books. We're all human. And we all have our moments of, what's happening with life? And that's okay. We use that to continue to push us forward. That is real. It's a game of life. It's a game of business. And yeah, I think my biggest take home message is that just keep going. Wherever you're at, keep going. I mean, maybe you're feeling like I am crushing it in my side hustle, or I'm feeling so confident. Awesome. You might be feeling like I feel like I suck too. That's okay. Let's get it out. Let's look at the facts and what the truth is and make a plan to continue moving forward, because again, we're not going to give up. We aren't giving up. We're going to keep going and crushing it. So anyways, that's just a quick story I wanted to share with you guys. I want to give you guys a couple of other updates. Last night, actually, I had my first training for my Momentum Monday series. A couple episodes ago, I told you guys all about the Momentum Monday series. The one last night was all about email marketing and Flowdesk. And it was so fun, you guys. Like, I absolutely loved it. We had a good little group on, and we're going to be doing webinars every 2 weeks. When I say we, I mean me. I'm going to be hosting webinars every 2 weeks between now and the end of the year. So if you go to katiedodd.com, just click on Momentum Mondays, check them out, sign up for one, sign up for all. Replays, of course, are going to be sent out, but my goal is that you guys are able to show up live. I know that for the people on live, we had a good time, honestly. It was awesome. Replays available if you want it, just reach out. But make sure you sign up for those. And the other thing I want to share, okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm holding up a physical copy of my book, Dietitian Side Hustle. And if you follow me on social media, yesterday this book came in the mail, and I think I shared on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I was freaking out over this book. So if you follow me on social, you probably saw my proof. And so last week I finished and uploaded Dietitian Side Hustle, the book, got the actual copy, and now I'm going through it as a print copy, and I'm making those final edits, those final tweaks, those final formatting issues. And it's so funny because, I wrote the book, had the book edited. I have an editor. I even went through one final time and read the whole book digitally and made edits. I had 4 beta readers. And now that I have it in my hands, I'm like, where did these edits come from? So it's just, it's part of the process of publishing a book. So anyways, I'm very, very excited about this book. Gosh, I just can't wait to share it with you guys. If you know me, you know I'm ambitious. So this book is going to be available. It's going to be, I am self-publishing on Amazon. It's going to be available as paperback, hardcover. It's going to be on Kindle, and it's going to be on Audible. And I'm going to record the whole thing myself. Part of me is like, this book is long. It's like over 400 pages. I'm like, how many hours is that going to take for me to record? And well, I'm going to find the time. So the last thing that I wanted to update you guys on was the Geriatric Dietitian 2X project. And if you guys haven't listened to that podcast, seriously, go back and listen to it. I'm so excited about this. That was episode 268, the Geriatric Dietitian 2X project. So I've been doing lots of stuff related to the geriatric dietitian. And I want to tell you one thing that I just wrapped up and I'm very proud of. I just finished creating my nurture sequence, you guys. If you don't know what that means, I didn't have email marketing for the geriatric dietitian. I got my domain email. I set up my account. It is in Flowdesk. Relates to the training I did last night. I created a freebie and a sequence to send people the freebie. I created a welcome sequence to introduce people to my brand, and I created a nurture sequence. And because I go above and beyond, I decided to do two emails a week for a year. So now when someone signs up for my freebie on my website, The Geriatric Dietitian, they get their freebie. They get about 10 days of learning more about what the geriatric dietitian is and how it can help them. And then they're going to be getting emails every Tuesday, Thursday for an entire year, providing education, resources, tips, information on like my background and authority and why they can trust my brand, but then also sprinkled in there are opportunities for sales for them to purchase things that might help them. So this is going to help me in building the know, like, trust factor and making money in my business. And I ended up using, and I shared this on my training last night, but I created these templates for my students in Blogging Accelerator program a while ago, like a long time ago. And once AI came around, I created prompts for ChatGPT incorporating the framework for the emails sequences that I've created for my students. And I gave that to them a while ago, and I knew it was good. But it wasn't until I actually used it like as a student that I'm like, this is amazing. I was able to create, and not just create, but create and upload my whole welcome sequence in less than an hour. And I didn't record the exact time of how long it took me to do my nurture sequence, but I finished it on Friday and I started this 12 days ago. So what, like a week? I built out an entire year's worth of emails in a week. You guys, over 100 emails, 103 emails, I think is what I created. And they're good. They're like bites of information. I don't like creating really long emails because no one has time to read that. So anyways, I'm very excited about that because now I know that I have a system in place to provide value to people who are interested. And here's the crazy part. So it's been 12 days since my, 12 days. Yeah, it's been 12 days since my freebie was live. So I had my freebie live, and then it took me, like, I think the next day I did my welcome sequence. A couple days later, I started my nurture sequence. But I currently have 81 subscribers. I haven't even started promoting this. It's just on my website as a sidebar and on the homepage. So I'm thinking of like all of these potential leads that I've been missing out on with this brand, and it kind of hurts my heart. So that was kind of my take home message on the training yesterday, that email marketing is really non-negotiable for business owners. And if you don't have an email list, you are just leaving money on the table, and you're also leaving people who could be served by you, who need what it is that you have to offer. You're leaving them out in the pasture, right? They need what it is you have to offer. So anyways, I'm like, I should have done this years ago, but here I am doing it now. Now, also my YouTube channel, I think I mentioned that to you guys, how I started. Well, I have a YouTube for the geriatric dietitian, but I'm really working on um, building it up. So I've got a few new subscribers, nothing amazing over here, but I have done 3 videos. One of my videos has 233 views. The one I made last week, it was so good. It's only had 6 views. Social media. But but I know with consistency and following the right strategy, this is going to pay off. So, but that's the thing. I feel like sometimes we make really amazing content and we really want to help people with it. And when they don't see it, we're like, but YouTube is a search engine similar to Google. It's owned by Google. And I know that the content I'm putting out there over time with my strategy, it is evergreen so people can find it later. So it's not quite like regular social media. It's a different kind of social media. So anyways, friends, I just want to continue to provide updates with you guys at the end of these podcast episodes about the Geriatric Dietitian 2X project, and I'm sure I'll share more about the book. I do have some plans going on. I'm going to do a book launch, so I'm going to do a book launch party, which is going to be a live Zoom call with people who sign up. We're going to do drawings, giveaways. We're going to be talking shop about the book, Q&A. It's going to be a real good time, so stay tuned for more information on that. So thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. If you want to learn about all the ways we could work together, head on over to katiedodd.com. That's my Linktree page, and you can sign up for all the things there. Okay, friends, I'll see you all next week. Bye.